Okay, so let's talk Rockwell now. And for those that don't know Rockwell Table and Stage, let's paint a picture. Rockwell Table and Stage was a cabaret dinner theater spot, if you will, bar dinner theater experience in Hollywood, California, right off the 101. Dope little spot. That was it was a residency house for Jeff Goldblum and his jazz band.
Yes.
That was one of the coolest things, honestly, that we could say, that we got to like hang out with Jeff and just, you know.
I know. I always tell the story of you and I sitting in the office. You were like, we were working on the seating map or something before his show. And you and I were sitting there, and all of a sudden he walks in and he's like, "Hey guys, can I eat dinner here? Like, is that okay?" Like at Kate's desk. And I was like, we were like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, go right ahead. And so you and I are just sitting here working, and we're like so tense. We're like, oh my God, Jeff Goldblum is like here. You know, like we see this man like every week, but still we're just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then he's like, okay, guys, have a great night. See you later. And he walks out, and you and I just like grabbed each other. We were like, did that just happen?
We were breathing the same air as Jeff Goldblum.
Literally, we were like, oh my God. Like that's how I felt every time I was in the room with him. Like, oh, my biggest accomplishment in life.
Yeah.
Being near that man.
And honestly, like working at Rockwell gave us a good perspective of these celebrities we see, and seeing them in a more realistic perspective. Like Jeff Goldblum is definitely like the way you see him on TV, his personality. Like we definitely didn't see him like the way he is at home. You would you know, right? Like we didn't see him like that at Rockwell. But the way you see him on TV and screen is like the way when he's just is like, he's very down to earth, and like we got to talk to him a lot, just hanging out, like his band.
I mean, granted, he like barely ever remembered my name, like, but like I didn't care. Honestly, I was like, he most of the time he remembered my face and knew that I worked there, and that's really all I needed in life for me to be happy, healthy, and safe. I was like, Jeff Goldblum knows my existence. I'm period done. And
I don't know if he knows this, but till this day, I still refer to him as Uncle Jeff.
Same. Literally same.
Like when I see him again, whenever, wherever that will be, I'll be like, Uncle Jeff, and he'll be like, Uncle, I'm your uncle. I'll be like, don't worry about it, man. We had dinner before. Let me hug you. Let me smell
like,
you.
It's a thing.
Dude, so yeah, Rockwell was just a spot that had Jeff Goldblum there on Wednesdays. They had their Unpost series, their unauthorized musical parody of series, where Kate Pazakis, shout out Kate, she was the producer there, right? She was, because I was there when I got there. She was still the main producer, like when I got there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if was there someone there before her.
Yeah, so there were some other folks. I'm totally blanking right now, but they did the like
the Tarantino show and all those.
Yeah, exactly. But I think she was still kind of involved somewhat in some of that stuff. And then it became fully her, and that's like how I got involved. Actually, well, technically my mom, she was already going to shows there with one of her friends, and then I came home from college one weekend, and my mom was like, let's go to a show, blah blah blah. So we went to go see one of the shows. I think it was The Love Is About, no, not that one, it was a different one before that, I can't remember. But
was it like part of like the Tarantino production like those folks?
Yeah, it was those folks, or maybe not, I don't remember.
Wait,
it was a long time ago. This was
Wait, time out. What was that? That's gonna bother me, because that was those Tarantino shows. Because those shows were fucking amazing too. Because it was
okay. It was the Baz Luhrmann.
Oh, okay.
Stuff.
Oh, that one.
Time. That was the first time. I think that was the first show I ever saw. I think my mom was going there before that.
And was that when Rockwell's stage was only half that room?
No, this was after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was after that.
The history of this place is so rich.
I know it is, and so many people have like been in and out, and and like big names, people that are still out in this business, like killing it and doing amazing. But so many people.
I've legit watched Broadway stars, fucking Hollywood TV and film stars perform, sit down and eat. Dude, fucking Chris Hemsworth Clark Kented me. Did I tell you? Okay, so I forgot what show this was. Oh, sorry, it was Jeff Goldblum's show. So it was probably when Jeff was filming for Ragnarok, and that's when he was in the movie with Chris Hemsworth. And one day, this tall, strapping Australian gent wearing a cap and glasses walks to the Rockwell table and stage, little, the little the host setup, and I'm there in my window, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, do you have a name under tickets?" And I'm in Jeff's party. I'm the producer. I'm with them.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, no worries, man. Cool. I sit him, no big deal. I come back to my spot. I go home after the night. I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, that was fucking Thor. Wait.
Oh my God.
That was Thor. He was there. And freaking,
I would have died.
I'm glad I didn't know, because I would have frozen. I don't know. Did you ever have any like truly freezing your shoes moments seeing like a celebrity at Rockwell?
Oh God, that's a good question. Honestly, Jeff Goldblum is one of my favorite people on the planet. So every time I saw him, I was kind of like that. I don't know. There were so many folks that went in and out. Like the one that I was really upset that I missed because I had just left the building and no one told me was Zac Efron was like on the patio side. It was during A League of Their Own. So it was kind of like towards the end, like when I think that was like 2018 or something. And I literally just left the building, whatever. I get all the way home. And then I think it was one of the hosts at the time or something. They texted me and they were like, "Oh my God, Zac Efron, just came in from the patio side." And I was like, what? And Seth Rogen.
Oh, it's when they were doing Neighbors, probably.
It was because Seth Rogen's wife like loves A League of Their Own or something. Like it was one of her favorite movies. And so they came and saw the movie and everything. And I showed up to work next day and I was like, I went up to Wayne, who was one of the owners of Rockwell, and I was like, shout out. I was like, why did no one tell me? I would not have left the building if I had knew that Zac Efron was right downstairs. I probably walked right by him as I like clocked out and everything. I was so upset.
And Wayne was probably like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I didn't know you wanted to see him. Well, I'll let you know next time, okay?"
No, legit. He was like, "I got a picture for my niece. That was about it." And I was like, "Oh my
It's
God.
not helping, Wayne. You're twisting the knife, man.
I know, exactly. But I literally so many people, like a lot of Broadway people too, that like, I think one of the times I freaked out was when I met Ben Platt. I was like, I didn't even like say his name was Ben Platt. I was like, "Oh my God, that's Tony Award winner for Best Actor in a Musical, Ben Platt."
Is that Tony Award winner, Ben Platt? Is that Broadway performing Ben Platt?
Literally me, I was like, "Oh my God." And I don't normally stop and ask these people for pictures or anything like that, but he was one where I was like, I can't not ask him for a picture. Like it was right after he had won the Tony and everything. Wow. That was like during Breakfast Club when he came to see his brother, and I was like, "Oh my God." And like also kind